Good evening, and welcome once again to our evening reflections from Sacred Heart Church in Southbury. I don't know about you, but I'm doing too much screen work, and my eyes are tired. I need to take my eyes off the screen for a few minutes each day, sit by a window, gaze upon creation. So much is changing, is happening, is coming to birth at this time of year. I had an experience the other morning that brought this home to me. I took Jackson out for his morning walk, and just as we were leaving the driveway, I noticed the birds chirping and flying. It was as if they were practicing their flights, high, low, deep, finding treasures of food on the ground. I saw the squirrels chasing one another, up and down the trees. It was as if the world had come alive. And there wasn't a sound, not a car, not a lawnmower, not a garbage pickup, at least on this particular morning. I smiled, I relaxed. I felt like I had entered a cartoon from years ago when I was young, and the animated animals did all kinds of things. So much life. But this wasn't a cartoon. This was a day in the life of Corona that brought me back to the basics. Our connection with creation is undeniable. Some spiritual writers call creation the first Bible, as that place where God reveals God's very self to all who are in touch with their senses, to see, to feel, to hear, to touch, to taste. We are invited to enter that sacred space of creation as if we were picking up the Bible to read and understand more about God, about life, about one another, about all living things. When we think of creation, we tend to think of it as separate from us. We tend to live apart from it, sheltered from it, except perhaps for recreation or relaxation. But creation has so much to teach us. We know from the Genesis 2 story, the second creation story, that God formed the first human out of the clay of the earth and breathed life into his nostrils. Thus, the first human became a living being. We are made of the earth, distinct but one with all creation, and creation has much to teach. As we find in the book of Job, ask the beasts to teach you, and the birds of the air to tell you, or the reptiles on the earth to instruct you, and the fish of the sea to inform you. Which of these does not know that the hand of God has done this? In God's hand is the soul of every living thing, and the life breath of all humankind. Creation is reaching out to us, calling out to us when we see a bird in flight, an eagle, a flock of geese, or we hear the cooing of the morning dove, or the song of the evening bird, when we sense the power of the mighty oak, or watch the gentle swaying of the weeping willows, when we leisurely roam the open road and come around a curve to a wide, open, breathtaking vista, or we lie on a beach, which we will someday again, and feel the warmth of the breeze, the rays of a sun 93 million miles away, or we hear the sounds of the waves lapping upon the shore. Then we know deep in our souls that we are one. Today, tomorrow, the next day, take a break. Take your eyes off the screen. See creation waking up. Open a window. Take a deep breath of fresh air. What is creation saying to you these days? What are you knowing in your soul? Meister Eckhart sums it up. Apprehend God in all things, for God is in all things. Every single creature is full of God and is a book about God. Every creature is a word of God. If I spend enough time with the tiniest creature, even a caterpillar, I would never have to prepare a sermon. So full of God is every creature, and so are we. As the psalmist tells us, the heavens are telling the glory of God. May we listen and respond. May God bless you these days through God's very works of creation. Have a good night.